G'day humans, Chris Stead here. Today we are talking about the Jaecoo J7 SHS model, which has just been announced for Australia. I've got the price, I've got the release date, I've got the specs, and I've also been driving it. So let's jump in and have a talk about the Jaecoo J7 SHS. So the footage you can see here is from the Jaecoo J7 review event that happened here in Sydney, Australia, where we took the cars for a couple of days, drove them up the coast, went off-road, went on-road, went down some cool back streets, went through some urban environments, and just generally mucked around, spent a lot of time with them. And I can't go into the specifics of the driving experience today, because I'm under embargo, but definitely keep an eye on the channel. Usually you can't tell people when embargo dates break, so I'll just say stay tuned, it's very soon. Now let's talk a little bit about what has been announced. So this is the top of the range model. I'm going to take you through what the SHS is all about. So it refers to a super hybrid system, which is, I guess, their bespoke new engine technology for the Jaecoo J7 that is, combines both electricity and petrol-based engines in a pretty interesting and unique way to provide a killer range, which we're going to talk about in just a second. But first off, let's talk about the price. The Jaecoo J7 SHS model will start in Australia at a drive-away price of $47,990. So it's snuck under that $50,000 mark. And it will be available from May 2025. So the Jaecoo J7 SHS is a two-wheel drive car. It is not the only two-wheel drive J7 coming out. There is just a standard two-wheel drive, which is kind of the bottom entry level that does not use this hybrid technology as part of its engine. It's just a classic petrol-based ICE experience. There's also a J7 all-wheel drive experience, and I have driven that as well. So I will do some separate video content on that. But that is also hitting the market, and that's kind of a classic all-wheel drive petrol-based experience as well. And there's this SHS model, which is kind of at the top, which offers this kind of new, cool engine technology. Now, in a second, I'm going to go through the various specs, and I will say that when you're standing next to the cars and you look in between them, the difference, both inside and outside, is minor between all three models. You know, there's some slight variations, like mostly you'll see it in the mirrors, in the mirror designs, a little bit of the trim on the side, in the dash, because obviously the electric car doesn't require the same amount of going on than the full petrol cars do. So some reasonably subtle variations, but a lot of the cool features, the cool trim, the screen, and the finishes actually transcend across all the models to the point where if you were just looking at them, you really wouldn't be able to pick the difference. It's a good-looking car, I think, anyway. A mid-sized C-class SUV, as it happens to be. It's right on the extent of that kind of C-class sizing. So it's at the upper end of what you will get in that class when you compare it to other SUVs in the market. In particular, this is going to go up against the likes of, say, the Toyota RAV4 or the Kia Sportage. So that's kind of give you an idea of where it's fitting. So let's talk a little bit about what's under the hood, because it's really, really interesting what they've got going on in this SHS system. So there's two types of engines. There's the 1.5 litre turbocharged petrol engine, which has a max power of 105 kilowatts and 215 Newton meters of torque. And that's all running off a single speed dedicated hybrid transmission. So there's no gear changing in this SHS model. There is in the other models, but in the SHS model, you're just going to have that seamless driving experience. You're not going to have that clunk of gears in any way, shape or form. Now, the electric motor side of it is a permanent magnetic synchronous motor. It offers up to 150 kilowatts worth of power and 310 Newton meters of torque. It's a lithium-ion phosphate battery with an 18.3 kilowatt hour capacity. And you can charge it from 30% to 80% in just 20 minutes with a fast charger. Now, how that translates to basically is if you're just driving solely on the electric motor, you can drive up to 106 kilometers in range, just purely electric. And if you're got over 30% of your battery left, like anything between 30 and 100% of battery left, you can be doing that at 120 kilometers an hour roughly. That's just pure electric without ever tapping into your fuel. And there's a whole range of electric modes you can kind of. So the stepless electric hybrid system offers 4 different driving modes. There's pure electric, series, parallel, and an energy recovery mode as well. Now, if you get the petrol involved as well, there's a 60 litre fuel tank on there, and between the 60 litres of fuel and the electric engine together, working in union, you can get up to 1,200 kilometres of range. So that's, I don't know, I was pretty impressed. That's a long haul. That's getting you from Sydney to Brisbane with change. I think they've done a really good job there in terms of, you know, finding something that's going to provide that great fuel consumption, as low as 1 litre per 100 Ks, doing your bits and pieces in an urban environment, and then having the legs to be able to go rural, or even with you know, a little bit off-road. Although obviously the all-wheel drive is what you'd want to do mostly with your off-road. I can't talk too much about the driving. I've been asked not to in this video. Like I said, stay tuned. There's plenty coming on that very, very, very soon. Now, elsewhere across the car, I'm going to go through some of the top-level specs. I'll put a lot more down in the description below, so if you really want to dive into the deeper level stuff, but I'm just going to look at more of a top level. So some of the cool features are the intelligent voice control. You know, we tested this, so you can basically say things like, you know, hey Jaecoo, open sunroof, and it will do so, or, you know, play music, or whatever it happens to be. And yes, there is a panoramic sunroof. It's a great sunroof actually. It goes all the way back to the back of the second seat. I was really quite impressed. There's wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. In fact, there's 2 like wireless phone charging spots at the front of the car, in the middle of the dash. I really like that there's 2. It's really nice that there's a his and hers, or I guess his and his, or hers and hers, or whatever it happens to be. But you can, you know, you and your partner can both have your phones there charging at the same time. That's really cool. There's obviously USB-Cs and USB-As as well. There's color selectable ambient lighting. So there's like underneath the trim going the whole way around the car, there's like an LED basically, you know, colored light, which you can then choose whatever color you want through the display, through the touch display, and you can even make it so it sets to your music. Now, speaking of the music, it's an 8-speaker Sony surround system, and that infotainment unit is a 14.8-inch LCD infotainment touchscreen. There's also on top of that a 10.8-inch, I think it is, instrument cluster as well through the steering wheel. So you've kind of got that, as well as that big portrait LCD infotainment touchscreen as well. You've got dual zone automatic air conditioning, inbuilt GPS navigation, there's perforated synthetic leather seats. It's a really nice trim, actually feels great. 50-watt wireless charger, those wireless phone chargers is 50 watts. A 360-degree around view monitor, which is pretty cool actually. So as soon as you put into put your blinker on or put into reverse or whatever, it puts your car on a display and gives you this really like out-of-body experience where you can see your car where it's sitting in the traffic and all around it at the same time. It's really kind of neat. I do really quite like the UI on this car. It's got a power tailgate, 19-inch aero alloy wheels, 17 advanced driver aid systems, so it's kind of got all the driver aids that you would expect. I don't believe the ANCAP rating had been completed by the time that we were doing this event, but they were very, very confident it'd be 5-star. And you got those EV and HEV drive modes. Now, in terms of the like just standard driving modes as well, you got Eco, Normal, and Sport. Now that's in the SHS model. When you go to the all-wheel drive model, that gets really cool. But anyway, that's for a different video. I was also pretty happy with the 8 years unlimited kilometers warranty and the 12 months of complimentary roadside assistance as well, which you can extend up to 8 years if you service it through a Jaecoo dealer. And they do have capped servicing, so once a year servicing, and if you do it for the full 8 years through Jaecoo, you will be out of pocket about $3,372 for your 8 years of servicing. Anyway, that's it for now. Keep an eye on the channel, and I will get back to you very, very soon as that embargo drops, with a whole bunch of hands-on information about how it actually drives and feels, but a little bit of a teaser. I really liked it. Anyway, I'm Chris Stead. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I'll check you later. Yeah.